nowhere to even discuss what's going on, then the benefit is not about her. It's
I'm not looking for no benefit.
But that's the thing. You need to look at what benefits SA culture, what benefits victims, because you can't say you're an advocate for victims, but you do things that might not benefit the victim. To plaster her story around, to sensationalize her story because you have, and I'm not saying that you're doing it because you have beef with somebody, but I do think that that beef is making you biased to what you say you're standing on, because you say you're standing on protecting the victim. This is not protecting the victim. This is absolutely exploiting the victim.
Well, I ain't exploiting no victim.
About it. And if you're okay with exploiting the victim to get the message out there, then stand on that. Don't stand on protecting the victim. Stand on, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn who this triggers, how this triggers you. I don't give a damn if the victim speaks up or not. I'm doing this because I want to do it. It's about you. It's not about her. And I'm sorry if you feel like I'm coming down on you. I would not be the person I am if I was not standing on my word. Like I told you when you first came up, you know for a fact, I've never asked anybody to tell my story. I've never asked anybody to go to bat for me. I've never asked anybody to do anything on my behalf. Because at the end of the day, it's my story to tell. And you can't fight for you. First of all, you can't even tell somebody's story if you weren't there. She can tell her story. Only she can back up the words that are on that page. Only she can back up whatever footage, whatever it is, whatever proof that she has. Only she can back that up. You, unfortunately, cannot speak from a place of truth because you can only speak from a place of belief. I believe this is what you did. And I believe he did it too. But it's not my story. My opinions on this woman's story, my opinions about her trauma, about her drama is not more important than her voice. It's her story to tell. It's her story to put out there. And there's nothing wrong with exposing predators. But when you do it, if the benefit is not for the victim, if the benefit is not to protect the people that you're trying to protect, then maybe it's not something you should do. You could talk about this situation without even calling her name. You can talk about this situation without even calling his name. You can make this a general situation to bring awareness to these type of things. You don't have to exploit a particular person's story in order to take down somebody that you have a personal issue with.
But I'm trying to understand.
But I'm telling you right now, how this comes off to me, it doesn't come off like you care about victims. It comes off like you care about being seen, about proving that you're right.
Let me understand this though, because I didn't bring this to the app.
I didn't say that you did, but that's another thing. Just because you didn't bring it to the app, just because it's done doesn't mean it should be done. So just because you see other people exploiting people's traumas and dramas doesn't mean that you should automatically fall in line with that.
I don't feel like I'm exploiting anything.
That is the excuse that we use all the time to tell other people's business. You brought it to the app. You brought it to the app. I didn't bring it to the app. You brought it to the app. That's fine and dandy because that's their story to bring to the app. But what makes you feel like you have the audacity or that you sit on a pedestal high enough to tell somebody else's story just because they brought it to the app, to dissect somebody else's story just because they brought it to the app? Those are things that are a detriment to protecting victims. That doesn't help victims. Once again, that dilutes the victim's voice. Once again, that silences the victim because we're more entertained by getting this person's trauma and drama from somebody else rather than the victim. I guarantee you, if the victim went live right now, the only reason people would go into her live is to get the details of what happened to her. But when it actually comes to supporting her and using what you've been made aware of, ain't nobody gonna be around to support that victim. They're gonna go right back to the lives that's talking about Slim. They're gonna go right back to the lives that's talking about her trauma. But ain't nobody gonna be there while she's trying to heal from her trauma. And don't tell people what they can and cannot post. That's the thing. That is the thing. The audacity that we have as human beings. Be responsible for your own actions. If I put a crack rock in your face, that don't mean you gotta fucking smoke it. Right? If I were to sit a crack rock in your face right now and you don't smoke crack, what is gonna make you pick up that crack rock and smoke it? Nothing. So just because I put my business on the internet doesn't mean that you absolutely can. You have the prerogative to do that. But then don't say you stand on protecting victims. Don't say you stand on something that is for the betterment of your community if all you're taking from this is exploitation.
Mommy.
Be honest about it. Stand on that.
Mommy, that's too loud. You had to be ribbon.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Rennie.
You can call me Medea. I don't care. That's not an insult to me. Because my Medea was a wise woman. My Medea was a wise woman. So calling me Medea is not an insult to me. That's y'all problem. Don't even know y'all own it. And I don't know if that's a crack or a black person. But a Medea is not an insult, baby. But I'm gonna get out your live because I'm not trying to make this dramatic or none of that. I just want y'all to really think before. And you know I feel this way. I felt this way the whole time. When y'all brought out what Patrick did, and you know I can't stand Patrick Genty. But when y'all brought out what Patrick did, what did I ask y'all then? Are you doing it because you care about his children? Or are you doing it because you care to get him off the app? Because you have I'm using you in general. But I asked that question to everybody that was going after Patrick Genty, a man that I cannot fucking stand on this app. Are you doing it because you don't like him, or are you doing it because you really care about his victims? If you don't care about the victims, then stand on that shit. I'm doing it because I don't like him. I'm getting him off this app because I don't like him. But don't distort the reality for victims. And y'all have a great day.
All right, sir. Well, I'm going to tell y'all where I'm at with it. And I stand on this. I don't got to lie on no... Oh, hold on. I'm not sure who you are, but please tell me why you need to come up in the box. Again, what I'm standing on is I ain't got to lie on nobody. Slim asked me to post this, so that's exactly what I did. Well, that didn't work. He seems to be elevating more and more regardless. Elevating what? Buying followers, views, likes, comments. That's how he elevating? Manipulating the public? Because I told him he could have just told the truth. And then I found out the truth on my own. And again, this wasn't for just some random beef with me and him. Action TikTok. Everybody at this point in life, no matter what you do, somebody gonna find something wrong with it. So that is what it is. Don't mean necessarily wrong or they right. But just like she just said, if you're gonna do what you do, whatever you're doing it for, stand on that. And I definitely stand on what I did it for. Cause I ain't gotta lie on nobody. If he calling her a liar, so be it. Yeah, I ain't about protecting no predators. I told you it was wild, right?